Salakia. Let's get it. This definition of the word chaos. All right. It says complete disorder and confusion. All right. So you see, it says mayhem, anarchy, a state of disorder due to absence or non-recognition of authority or other controlling systems. Okay. See. So all hell is gonna break loose. All right. So, verse 17 it says, 2 Ezra 15 and 17 it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, and for different reasons, like the city could have too much violence going on, and also it could be on lockdown due to martial law. Okay, there's a reason gonna be why people won't be able to go from city to city. These are gonna be different reasons why people won't be able to go from city to city, man. All right. Verse 18, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right. Like the apostle said, if the men is going to be afraid, how much more the women? All right. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right. So pretty much people are going to become cold. They're going to turn on each other and take what each other has, even if it's to the point of using a weapon, to give them leverage over the other person to have what they have. All right. These coming times are coming into, man. Like Proverbs the first chapter says, man, when these coming times come, all right, hey, then the majority of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, you're gonna call on the Lord, but He ain't gonna listen to you. He ain't gonna answer you. It's the book of, let me get this first. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. All right. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. This is the time of coming into Jacob's trouble. All right. And look at that woman beaten by an attacker who asked for a light in Midtown. Man, you women is going to get it too, man. You women are going to experience that hell too. You women getting raped out here, man. It's Daniel chapter 12, starting at verse 1. Well, I'm just going to read verse 1. It says, and at that time, the time of Jacob's trouble, shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. So Michael the archangel in the time of Jacob's trouble will have to stand up to protect the elect. All right. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. So this is not going to be a time of happiness, peace. It's going to be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. So this is going to be the worst period of time ever. This is going to be worse than a flood. All right. This is going to be the worst period of time that has ever been. Okay. It's going to be worse than the flood. It's going to be worse than 70 AD. It's going to be worse than slavery. We all know the horrific things that happened in slavery. Okay. It says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Okay. And that's talking about, the elect. All right. Let me get this scripture. It's the book of Job, chapter 5, starting at verse 19. He, talking about the Heavenly Father, all right, he, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, should deliver thee in 6 troubles. And the 7th trouble is synonymous with the 7th trump. All right. So this is Jacob's trouble leading up to the 7th trump. All right. So the Lord is going to protect and preserve his elect all throughout Jacob's trouble. All right. It says, yea, in 7 years shall no evil touch thee. Verse 20, and famine shall redeem you from death. Right, because famine is going to be going on. All right, you see the food shortages, so you could see a great famine is coming. Okay. People, to the point where it says in scriptures, for many, in 2 Ezra 16:22, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. All right, perish means to die. People are going to be dying of famine out here, man. All right, it says, so reading here, so pretty much Job 5:20 says, and family shall redeem you from death. All right, so the Lord is going to be feeding his men in the time of Jacob's trouble. Tells you Isaiah 65 and 13. You know, let me get that. Isaiah chapter 65 verse 13. It says, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Right, the Lord gonna feed his servants. We're gonna feed his elect. When all hell breaks loose, the Lord gonna feed his elect. It says, behold, my servants shall drink. The Lord gonna have it to where his elect eating and drinking when the famine comes. Alright. It says, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Alright. You know? Give me 1 second. You know, the elect is going to be happy and rejoice because they'll have the Lord with them. All right, they'll be happy. They have the Lord there to feed them and protect them, etc. Would you not be when all hell break loose? All right. So continuing on, Job 5 and 20. It says, a family shall redeem you from death, and a war from the power of the sword. All right. And then war from the power of the sword. So the Lord is going to protect his men, you know, from these different, you know, these riots, you know, going on, these you know, these marauders. Which you look at the definition of the word marauder. All right, you know, it's good. It's talking about, you know, pretty much someone who raids, someone who loots. Remember that man in that video? He said looting is going to come. All right, people going to be looting each other, and raiding each other, and all of that. That's 2 Ezra 15 and 19 right there. All right, but it says. And also, but it says in a war from the power of the sword. So the Lord is going to protect his men from all of that. And the troops. You know? The Lord is going to protect his men from all of that. Okay, verse 21. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. So the elect won't be afraid of the destruction, all right, when it comes, you know, because of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Verse 22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. So the elect will have a heavy spirit on them when they're going to be laughing at the destruction that's going to happen. That's going to be happening to people. All right. You know, it says, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Because remember, these animals is going to be out here, man. All right. These animals is going to be out here. Okay. But if you have the elect, you know, say you walking around, all right, you're into like a bear or something. That bear ain't going to bother you, you know. You walk around a dog, you know, they ain't gonna fuck with you, man. They not gonna mess with you. Verse 23 says, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. See, the animals ain't gonna harm the elect, man. All right. So meanwhile, all this stuff going on. Okay. Remember, brothers, Yahweh Shai is coming back, man. It's times we're coming into Yahweh Shai Hamashiach is going to make his second return. Okay, we coming to that time as well, you know, because in the middle of all this hell and all that stuff, and World War III and everything, in the middle of all that, Yahweh Shai is going to return. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 33, starting at verse 18. It's not a precept to what I was just, you know, going into. It says, behold, the eye of Yahweh is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. So you see, the real protection lies and comes from Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Not no gun, not Esau, all right? You know, not any of your carnal possessions, only from Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Okay? Let me get this. This is the book of Sirach, also known as Ecclesiastes, or Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 2, starting at verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Look at the you know, the stories of old. Like, for example, Elijah, all right? The Lord fed him. The Lord had ravens, which are birds, bring him bread and flesh in the morning and evening. And the Lord had it that Elijah was able to drink something, okay? You know, Elijah drank out of the brook. So look at these accounts of old, all right? For another example, Apostle Peter, the Lord, Apostle Peter was put in prison, and the Lord had an angel get him out of prison. Okay, etc. Look at the. So what they're saying is, look at the stories and accounts of old, all right, and see how the Lord was always there for his. All right. So, you know, so how much more in this time? Put your trust in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, man. Put your trust in him. Don't be trusting in Don't be trusting in put all your faith and trust in Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, where Yahweh Shai, put all your faith and trust in Yahweh, where Yahweh Shai, man. All right, put all your faith and trust in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 11, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. You see? So you brothers, man, you elect out there, all right? You're gonna be fine, man. Yes, it's gonna be martyrs, but still, you're gonna be fine, man. You're gonna be fine. So, you brothers that's been doing this work, sincerely, do what you're supposed to do. All right? The Lord's gonna protect you, man. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is seeing that. You putting in work. The Lord's seeing you studying. The Lord's seeing you getting up to, meet with brothers. The Lord's seeing you being brotherly. The Lord's seeing you do all of that. So Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is going to protect you, man. All right? Yes, there's going to be martyrs, and yes, some of us going to have to be put to death, for this truth. But either way, salvation is coming. Yahweh Shai going to come back, and the elect will be delivered. All right? So, hey, brothers, man, stay up, man. All right, so with that, I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory. Lord willing is edifying, all right? But I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory to whom rightfully belongs, which is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakudash. That belongs to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, never will. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Peace, which in Hebrew is Shalom. So Shalom to the elect. Salakia.